two, come, let's go. I said, run, 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 two, come, let's go.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back. Well, I just want to say we're going through some times right now, and I want to start off by saying RIP to the Floyd family. You know what I mean? It's unfortunate that we keep putting people on this list of individuals basically dying in the hands of our trusted officers. So I just want to give a family shout out to just say, condolences, and definitely feel your pain, because we had individuals here in my city that have suffered the same fate by the same hands, the organizations, and everybody that's going through this tough life right now. So I just want to say, everybody hold on and stay strong. It's three things that I want to talk about, and I'm not going to be long-winded. I'm going to try not to be, but we going through some turmoil right now. So one thing I want to say is, we got Martin Luther King, we got Malcolm X. I'm not going into what Martin Luther King did, how he did it, or his approach, but I will tell you that I don't 100% agree with it. And then when you actually look at the dynamics of Martin Luther King's background, his makeup, his circle, the people he was involved with, was it really the best approach that was most beneficial for us? So I'm gonna leave that right there. Malcolm X, on the other hand, sort of the same way. He wanted liberation. He wasn't trying to necessarily go to war, but he just wanted to be liberated from the people who was oppressing him. And he was trying to lead his people into coming out of that mindset and not stand with the status quo of being subpar. So pretty much I take both ideologies, take the best things from them, and put them into my personal thought processes. That being said, I want to go over three things. I'm not going to go over the list 1, 2, 3. I'm going to just go over one at a time. The first thing I want to go over is a little bit about my background. You can see the degrees, certificates, and all that stuff at the beginning. That's just school. And it was a hard road to get those master's degrees or whatnot. But the degrees wasn't necessarily the reward. The reward was the journey to finish the degrees. Because once I decided to start them, I already knew I was going to finish no matter what. But the key is the journey to get and attain that piece of paper is where the value was at. And I learned a lot of things. One of my main degrees that I utilize right now the most is the degree in psychology, the master's degree in psychology with a concentration in applied behavior analysis. Now what applied behavior analysis is basically the study of behavior. It could be human, it could be animals, it could be pigeons, it could be dogs. The key is the study of behavior. Now when we talk about the study of behavior, one of the main things that you look at is behavioral patterns. That's how you learn how behavior works. It's through the patterns that people portray or they do. When the police investigate you, when the FBI investigates you, guess what they do? They follow you around. They watch your patterns. They watch who you call, who are the most people you talk to, what are you talking about, things of that nature. They doing their job. And shout out to all the good FBI agents, and shout out to all the good police officers. The good ones, the quality, the upbeat, the ethical ones. Shout out to you. But for the bad ones and the corrupt ones, not so much. Now, in the behavior world, we have what we call the ABCs of behavior. A being the antecedent, B being behavior, and C being the consequence. What are all these big words? What does that mean? Well, when you look at any behavior pattern, the antecedent means what happens before the behavior. The behavior is what happens after the antecedent, and the consequence, is what happens after the other two are in motion. Let me break it down. Somebody calls your phone. Your phone ringing is the antecedent. The behavior is you pick it up and you answer it. Hello. That's the behavior. The consequence is, what are you going to do after you receive the information that you talk to the person over the phone with? Are you going to be happy? Is it a happy message? Hey man, what's up, man? I just won some money at the casino. Come on, let's go party. Oh, that's cool. The consequence is I'm going to go get a free party or some free food or whatever on my boy. Another consequence could be, hey man, I heard that you was whatever, that you took something from somebody and they gonna come and smoke you. So the consequence for you, but the key is when we talk about the ABCs of behavior, you got what happens before the behavior, phone ringing. You got the behavior, you pick it up, and the consequence is how you react, to the behavior. The consequence, was it a good consequence? Was it a bad consequence? You got mad because they killed another guy, the police killed another guy, so you go riot and bust some car windows. The consequence could be, now you going to jail. Or the consequence could be, you protest, they lock the guy up, he go to jail, the consequence was positive. So you got the ABCs of behavior. Now when we talk about antecedents, behavior, and consequences, the theory came about in the theory of what they call operant conditioning. And operant conditioning is no more than just how you operate, how you move, what do you do in your daily life. And it was created by a guy, was developed by a guy called B.F. Skinner, and he created a three-term contingency. It's stimulus, response, and reinforcement. Now what stimulus is basically anything that makes you react, anything. A light turning on, that's stimulus. Oh, it's bright in here, now I can see. The response is, oh, I see the light, now I can look for what I'm looking for. And reinforcement would be, whenever I need to look for something and it's dark, I'm going to turn that light on. That's reinforcement. So the reason why I'm bringing this up, the main reason why I'm bringing this up, is over the years, over decades, even centuries, they've been controlling us by using the ABCs of behavior. But before they were defined back in the 1960s, they just studied our behavior, see how we would react, and the consequences would be based upon how we reacted. That's how a lot of our laws got made. That's how a lot of our penalties, as far as crime, that's how these laws got on the books. Because what they want to do, negative reinforcement would be, we're going to take away your freedom. We're taking it away. We're going to take away your freedom for 5, 10, 15 years. It's going to make you say, you know what? It's going to negatively reinforce you not getting in that behavior again. For some people, they get caught with dope, do 6 months, 18 months, 2 years, 5 years. They don't care. You know what I'm saying? Not saying it's good or bad. You be the judge, of course. But what I'm saying is the system can positively or negatively reinforce our behaviors. Now, when we talk about controlling behaviors, it's not necessarily saying you're gonna do this, we're gonna make you do this. What it's doing is actually shaping how you respond. What the heck? That sounds confusing. What do you mean? If my son, one of my sons, sweep the kitchen floor, and I say, here's $1 for doing a good job for sweeping the kitchen floor. Whenever I ask him to sweep the kitchen floor, he's gonna be motivated to do it because he wants that money. So I'm positively reinforcing his behavior. Now, if he sweeps the floor, but he doesn't do a good enough job, and I say, man, you didn't do good. That ain't good enough to make no money. He's not gonna be motivated to sweep the floor. So what happens is over the years, they've shaped our behavior through using this technique of antecedent behavior and consequences. Now, in order to shape a person's behavior, you have to control all three. You have to control all three. Henceforth, look at the media. What do the media do? Every time something with the police happens negatively, what do? They plaster it everywhere. They show people getting killed, choked out, beat up, innocently tased, whatnot. They ain't always innocent. But when it happens, what it does, that's the antecedent. It creates a reaction, or it creates a certain type of behavior. It could cause you to be fearful. And just feeling fearful is not behavior. It's what you do with that fear. You go buy a gun. You go lock your doors. Or if it's a certain color of people, you become afraid of them, or you start to become more biased toward those people. That's actually the behavior. And when we look at what's going on right now, that's exactly what's going on. The antecedent was the cop with his knee on the guy's neck, and he died. The behavior for us was our reaction to it, and the consequences is going to be people breaking in stores, people busting windows. But what they said, and it's on the internet, the guy that started the riot and started the looting was actually not a peaceful protester. I'm not going to say who he was. I'm not going to assume. I'm going to let you do the research on your own. But they say he was not one of them as a peaceful protester. So go look it up. Go check it out. So lastly, to sum it up, what I like to say is, when you look at the Willie Lynch letters, they're using this technique right now. They've been using it to create things, to have us react to it, and to control and shape the consequences of the behaviors, y'all. It's just like the dope game. When we look at the drug game, I mean, we could just look at it. The antecedent was they put the drugs in our neighborhoods. And the behavior that was the antecedent, the drugs, they put them in there. The behavior was how we reacted to it. Did people sniff it, smoke it, shoot it, or sell it? And the consequences is people dead, people in jail, and people on dope. So it's basically the same thing that's going on right now that's going to continue unless we control the ABCs of our own behavior. We are responsible. Quit waiting on them to give us what we're looking for. We need to get it for ourselves within ourselves. That being said, I'm not going to hold you. Stay tuned for part 2. And to be honest with you, again, sometimes I blur the camera out because it's not about me. I mean, I'm just the vessel for the message. But sometimes I blur the camera out on purpose so that I won't be seen, because it's not about me. It's about my obligation to the next generation, or the people that's here now, or the people that's supposed to hear this. So don't think it's some camera mistakes or something like that. Sometimes I do it on purpose because I really don't want to be seen for real. It ain't even about me. So appreciate y'all watching. Appreciate your time and attention. Stay tuned for number 2. Number 2 coming next. Holla.
said, run, two, come, let's go. I said, run.